It looked like he was just falling in slow motion. I mean, it looked like he had all the time in the world. It was like he was frozen up there. I saw him eating a sandwich. I think he looked at me dead in my eyes at one point as he was falling after he'd eaten the sandwich, of course, and was like, wuss. So with that, we're going to hop into these pops, which is mostly going to be Thor, Love and Thunder. Let's see what we got in here. I don't know how much I'm going to show of me opening up this box because usually it's quite awful. Really, I don't know what's been wrong with me lately, but hey, this is actually going pretty good. It's when you don't think about it. Favorite time. That was aggressive. Oh yeah. You gotta, if you're gonna talk about Thor, you can't go without talking without his brother, you know what I mean? And this is Loki with the scepter from Avengers Endgame, glow in the dark. You know, we gotta check that out because that's been a new thing. Yes, Loki season 2. I'm so excited. I saw a Marvel panel the other day, and just the lineup is going to be absolutely insane. And Loki's kicking it off strong because, of course, that's from the first Avengers, you know, where he takes a cube and now he's back. Or how many times has this guy been gone? Now he's back. Sometimes all is fair in love and war. Yeah. See, it goes along with the theme here. Now this fun part again. We bought it, and I've been holding it hostage. And you know I always have to say something about the shipping. I'm telling you, the bubble wrap and the paper and the this and the that, that's how you keep it safe. Oh, we have Ravager Thor, you know, Party Thor, Hip Thor. What is he? In the beginning, he's kind of like hipping it out, guitaring it out, rocking it out, being a hero, having fun, saving the day. And he does the splits and screams at those chickens. That's all I can think of when I see this pop. And that is one of my favorite moments. Come on, you can't write better stuff than that. I was like, oh, hey, look at this. This is so cool. I'm going to get this and this is going to be awesome. And she gave me the classic, eh. And I was like, eh, you can't, eh. I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys ever get a good you know, that's like, it's as good as getting stabbed. I'm telling you right now. She just went, eh. And I was like, oh, really? I thought this was so cool. So I held it in revenge. If you could take to court, I'm telling you right now, if you get a good judge, they might let it pass. You're sitting here like, Your Honor, you don't understand the pain that she caused. She gave me a solid with a shrug of the if they add the shrug of the shoulders, that means you've just been devastated. And yet first you can see the judge going, oh, you know what, my wife does that. I think that's, and as he's starting to formulate to come to my aid, he hears his wife in the background go, and he goes, well, plaintiff denied, case closed. You're like, well, dang it. So anyways, I guess I'll have to keep it for myself, which I was going to anyways. Oh, come on. You can't hate on this. This is the Spider-Man 2-pack, Spider-Man versus Spider-Man. I mean, come on. With the Spider-Man No Way Home, I mean, that's been her jamity jam. So I thought with that, and she was like, So, anyways, not because that's good times, had by all. And now I think I've covered what's left with empty boxes. That's what happens when you throw things. All right. On this side, because I'm running out of trash space. It is a black light, which will help me hopefully do the glows, because it's like a floodlight with UV. I don't know. We're testing out a bunch of lights. I have bought a flashlight. And I was like, oh, cool, look, now we can do like black lights and things like that. And I'm taking a few pictures. And because it wasn't the flashlight somebody else wanted to buy, I know, I keep throwing her under the bus. She got all mad. But then when she started using the flashlight, she's like, oh, this is cool. I said, yeah, that's right. I purchased while you shopped. And that's the difference. I get in trouble for that. This is a sweet box, by the way. Let's just, you know what I mean? That's how you just slide right out of there. You go, hey, look at that. That's shiny. Let's pop this sucker open. You know, and one thing with these boxes, we already know what the next like 2 of these are. I mean, hopefully there's no like spoilers needed because we already know what's going to be in the next 2 of them. We somehow these people got to catch up because we already know what's January, and you know, I'm hooked either way. Okay. Oh, I'm into this shirt. We gotta pop this sucker open because, you know, it's no I'm saving myself, but let's take a look here. Hey, that's pretty rad. Seems way bigger. Thor, Love, and Thunder. Alright. Man, you can't just put a shirt on. Alright. It's too crazy over here. Alright. Let's say alright a couple more times. We have Korg, the talking face. That is actually perfect because he loses the rest of, well, his body. Lightning bolt right to the chest. That'll do you in. I'm telling you. Alright, we got a cool sticker. There you go. And, oh, look. Coming soon. We already know it's coming soon. Alright, so. I never know how to get these out of here. Carefully. So first we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Thor, which I gotta say, can we give him a shout out real quick because there's a scene where he knows the exact date that they've been apart and you're like, what? Nobody gives him credit for that, and somebody ought to because usually, you know, we get blamed for not knowing no dates, okay? And by we, I mean me. You know how many birthdays I've forgotten? Too many. You think by now I would know? I think I've narrowed in the month. Sometimes I get the days confused and I mix up certain holidays, you know. I'll go, oh, I got the months right, but the days, sometimes I'll mix it around. This guy knew the exact time. He should have been given an award right there. Just a moment of like, hey, he knew. Shouldn't even know. And last but not least, we have Mighty Thor. Eat my hammer! You know what I mean? The catchphrase is actually, to be honest, growing on me. You know, sometimes, look, you gotta test out your catchphrase. You can't just roll out of bed with a catchphrase. And look, we've all said things we regret saying. I was on this canoe trip once, and we went cliff jumping. Yeah. And you know when you go cliff jumping first, you know, you got to climb up to the cliff and look over, you know, find a good spot in the water to land. You always got to make sure your landing is water, especially if you're jumping off a cliff, okay? So, you know, first I went up to like a 15-foot. I thought that was pretty high. Looked over, hey, this is good. Nobody was even having that. They all went up to like this 60-foot high jump. It was so crazy that I was like, oh, I'll watch from the canoe, you know, because somebody's got to watch from below, right? And you could see everybody up at the top of the cliff looking over, like, you know, testing to see if this is worth the jump. Because, you know, sometimes your bravado goes, you're like, I'm not jumping to the 15-foot. Come on, we're going to go all the way to the top. And you get to the top and you're like, maybe we should go back down to that 15's not looking so bad, huh? And they're all looking, judging, and then out of nowhere, you see this person just run and jump. The person wound up being my brother, and I watched my brother jump or free fall. I don't really know. At 60 feet, it looked like he was just falling in slow motion. I mean, it looked like he had all the time in the world. He was frozen up there. I saw him eating a sandwich. I think he looked at me dead in my eyes at one point as he was falling after he'd eaten the sandwich, of course, and was like, wuss. Because of course, I was in the canoe. And then, so I had to one up that, because everybody else had come down to the 15-foot one. So I was like, oh, I'll do something cool, on the 15-foot one. So I got like a little match, jumped off, said flame on, like human. I know it was. I was young. Is that still an excuse that you can use? What do you want me to say? No, what I did, it got a chuckle. I think. I don't know. I hit the water. It could have been a chuckle or just a pity laugh. I'm not really sure. What do you want me to say? I covered myself in oil, lit myself on fire, said flame on when I jumped. That would have been a lot cooler. But no, I didn't do any of that. However, somebody took my idea and made it way cooler because they like grabbed it like a bush, like a giant, and lit it on fire and then jumped holding it like an umbrella, like Mary Poppins. Didn't say anything. You don't need to say anything. When you're holding a fireball, there's no words that need to be said. You're holding a fireball. That right there is great stage time. You just light a fireball in there and let the fire do the talking. So with that, Thor, 2 thumbs up, held it hostage. He gets that, and I'm gonna get on out of here because if I hold it hostage any longer, well, I'm gonna be held hostage, and well, I already am. So gotcha. See you guys next time. Bye bye.